All right. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, men, women, children, furries,
Oh,
minions, everything in between. This is a very inclusive and accepting environment, even in July, guys. We're not just accepting in the month of June here. So everybody is welcome here in this podcast, unless you have a banana allergy. In that case, you don't exist in my mind.
Jesus.
So uh, the banana bozos. All right. Well, today we are halfway through the 2022 year of stuff, and I think it's been a pretty good spread of things so far this year. So what we're going to do today is we're going to focus specifically on, I guess we'd call it the second quarter. So stuff that came out in April through June, and just like I guess kind of give recommendations and mention some of our favorite things from across movies, TV, video games, what have you, in the months of April, May, and June. We're joined again today by We Fit Trainer Maine, Caleb Kellner, and
Hello
we're
there.
joined today by Ice Climber Maine, Bailey Deal.
Here we go.
I get that right, Bailey. Ice Climber Maine?
I mean, close enough. It's Meta Knight, but whatever.
We Fit
Uh,
Train
well-
would smoke you, just saying.
Well, as long as you're not playing in Brawl, because
That's
I was
true.
about to say, I'm fully Brawl main, where I mash that B button and just have him making his little wheelhouse of death.
We Fit Trainer's not even in Brawl, so I couldn't smash
No,
in
that's-
there.
it's true. But yeah, Brawl Meta Knight could kill God.
He was banned.
He was banned.
It's too good.
I think I default to K Rule in Smash Ultimate, but I also played recently as Ganondorf, and I just clapped.
Dude,
some people
yeah,
with
you
Ganondorf.
can't not clap with Ganondorf. He's insanely OP.
I was about to say, I've always noticed that Ganondorf is always like the best go-to
He's like a
in
tank.
general, right?
He's slow. His jump is terrible, but he cannot be moved.
Yeah. And he just, I mean, like 2 power hits with your A, and you can send them off the
And-
course.
Game set.
Yeah.
Game set match. We will be getting into some stuff later, closer to when Multiverses comes out. I'm pretty excited for that.
Yes,
That game in general, and we'll have a fun episode surrounding that. But today we are going to do top 10 stuff from the second quarter of 2022, which personally I
Right.
think had
Top 10 in no particular order.
no particular order,
Correct.
lest you want to specify an order. Yeah. So I think personally, and this is probably true for every year, this is when it starts getting good. Like
Yeah. Well,
usually, like the turd ball, like a lot of the
I was about to say quarter 3, like quarter 1 and quarter 3 is where we get a lot of like turd balls in general.
yeah, that's where you
but
get like
quarter-
the like.
yeah.
I've always said you want to know how you can tell a movie is going to be terrible before it's released is if it's a PG-13 horror movie coming out in January.
Oh, always.
You know it's going to be bad.
Well, then again, we also got like Split, we got Get Out. Those all released around that time, but that
That's
was
true.
because the studios thought they were gonna be bad, but then they turned out to be surprising hits.
I haven't seen Split, but
Really?
That's good.
Yeah, that's
Get Out
good.
I do thoroughly enjoy.
There's a reason why it sold out at our theater quite a bit.
Well, we are going to get into that today. Do we have a preferred order here? Basically, the rules would be, hey, it needs to have ran in from
Majority.
April to June, at least the majority of that month there. So if it debuted in March, that's fine, so long as it had ran in some of those other months there. Did anybody have an order they wanted to go in?
I'll go first. I do have an honorable mention I would like to throw in.
Look at this guy. Okay. And if we do have overlap, we'll all just follow up
Dogpile.
with those. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So
All
me,
right.
Caleb, Zach. There we go.
Sure.
So my honorable mention, just to hopefully get us trending, is Morbius, specifically the memes. Uh, I am delighted by Morbius memes, and the fact that we were able to meme it so hard that they re-released it in theaters and it flopped even harder is always going to be funny to me. And then we also have like another petition going out that says something like re-release Morbius again. We were all busy that weekend.
I saw that.
I think it's delightful. Just the Morbius memes when they were around, it was a simpler, better time, but they've died out since. So yeah. Um I'll kick it off with my kind of quote unquote number 10. Um with Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That's the Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal buddy film. Just it's delightful. I think it's fun. It's Nick Cage doing what he does best. It's Pedro Pascal just being a good bro. Um, I can't help but love the movie. It has like its issues, as does any movie, but I just had fun. It was a good time, you know? And that's about all I can say about it.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I saw it at it was at the rack at Target this morning when I was at Target this morning.
Ah.
So
Is
yeah.
that so?
Yes, indeed. Movies do go on sale in stores, so
Weird.
it is on my list of things that I would like to see, but never really made an effort to see. And if it goes free somewhere,
I thought
I
it was
will.
on something. Maybe it's not.
I think you can buy it through Amazon, but I don't think it's
Okay.
free anywhere. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess on to me.
Hey.
Yeah. So I just kind of threw this on last minute, but it is fun to a degree. Apex Legends Mobile, the mobile version of Apex Legends. I'm sure you guys probably have never played Apex Legends. I'm a pretty big fan of it on the console. It's pretty fun, and I don't really like to play mobile games that much, but I had to at least try this because it was kind of different and looked like it would maybe be fun. And if I hook up a controller to that thing, I absolutely slay because nobody knows how to play mobile. And I mean, it's just insane. So it is very fun to play every once in a while. I just hook up a PS4 controller and just tear through the lobby. So it's satisfying in that way.
Hear the sweat plugging his controller into his phone here.
I am. Propping it up on
Damn
my
it.
Nintendo Switch stand, yeah. You know it.
Jesus.
Yeah, so Apex Legends Mobile, that's my first one.
Nice.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I think we all
Pick-
started off with things that aren't on anyone else's list. I kind of like
Well, I'll
that.
pick something that's not on anybody else's list too, just so I don't throw off the rhythm here.
Well,
I
sure.
will do a Star Wars one. I've got Star Wars on here like 3 times this month, or
Okay.
for this section here. But this is one that I think neither one of you guys had here, and that's the book Star Wars Brotherhood, which came out in May, I believe. And it's set pretty much immediately after episode 2, so it's like in the fresh very beginning of the Clone Wars there. And it's fun because you just get to, I don't know, it's like kind of like a character builder. It really kind of explores into Obi-Wan and Anakin's relationship, which was cool to like read that and then see Kenobi. It also had like a lot of cool little nuggets in there where, Anakin on a couple of occasions mentions that like he's like, oh yeah, not exactly like this, but like his 3 favorite people in the world are uh, Palpatine, Padme, and Obi-Wan. And you also get to see Mace Windu being a total dickbag to Anakin. Like he's such an ass to Anakin. Like he just hates him. And also Dex is in there too. You get lots of good Dex moments in there. And also there's the part in 3 where episode 3 where General Grievous calls Obi-Wan like the negotiator. And basically the premise of this book is Obi-Wan is like going after this planet to negotiate. So I thought that was a nice little tie-in, but it was a fun book, and it was a good time. Star Wars Brotherhood, worth reading.
Nice.
Nice. So yeah, now I'll move on to a thing that I'm sure is on at least one of your lists, and that's Sonic 2.
Yeah, that's on mine.
Is it on Zach?
It was not actually on mine.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh,
Get
okay.
out of here.
Everyone should be baffled that it even made it on mine, because I'm gonna say this isn't like Oscar worthy.
Bullshit. It is.
It.
It's not on my list, but I do strongly enjoy this movie.
I was about to say, I love it so much. Like, I've watched it one more time since I watched it in the theater, and watching it in the theater, I had that bad experience with the guy who was talking on his phone and being a distracting nuisance. But watching it just kind of again on its own, I was like, God, this is fun. This is so good.
Yeah.
It honestly makes the first film a little better for me, because I didn't really like the first one, but this one, it's like, okay, I enjoy Sonic, and I want to see more of these movies, and I'm excited for Sonic 3 whenever that rolls around.
And the Knuckles show.
And the Knuckles show.
Yeah, the Knuckles show.
Whenever that pops up, I'm gonna be like so hyped for that. But yeah, so Sonic 2, that's my choice. It's also yours, Caleb.
Yeah.
You have things to say?
I mean, you kind of said it right there. I mean, it was a great movie. I liked it. I still think maybe I might have liked the first one more. I've also seen the first one like 6 times, so I have
That's
it up
fair.
on there. But I mean, yeah, no, it was a great movie. I thought Jim Carrey was great. I think he might have been my favorite part. Maybe Knuckles was my favorite part. It was it was a great movie, and is it on Paramount Plus? Is that right?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think I have that, so I might have to rewatch that again, because I had no subtitles in my movie theater. That was my movie theater experience.
and your subtitled movie, yeah.
Right, yeah, even though I paid for that. So that was cool. But yeah, that was mine, so I guess on to you, Zachariah.
I will say that I did thoroughly enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Doesn't sound like you did at all, but all right.
Yeah, you didn't even put it on your top 10 quarter 2 list. What the hell?
There was just 10 other things that I enjoyed more than Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
That's ridiculous.
And as you will see, very few of them are movies. You looked at like my movie ranking list for 2022 so far. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is still pretty high up there, all things considered. I will go ahead with I got to have my obligatory weeb pick. I had a weeb pick in the last time we did this.
That was a Spy Family or something?
I'm going to do Spy Family on this one because
okay.
it just makes me happy. It's just like, I don't know, it's different from normally I like the whole shonen.
I have seen a little. I don't know anything about it, but I think I maybe know what it is.
I like the shonen battle fight and stuff, but this one's just kind of like a kind of funny, kooky, found family kind of thing that just kind of makes me smile, makes me happy. The main little girl Anya is just adorable and hilarious. And basically, if you're unaware, the gist of it is the main guy, Twilight, is his spy name, and he has to go undercover in this other country here. And in order to sell his cover, he has to have a family. So he basically recruits this fake family without letting them in on his plan. So the family is the dad, who's a spy. His wife is actually an assassin, and then the daughter is a telepath, so she can read minds. And nobody knows anything except the daughter, because she can just read her parents' minds, and it's funny. It's a good time. I really enjoy it.
It sounds like a spy thriller version of like We're the Millers, where instead of trying to like smuggle weed across the border, they're just like, well, we gotta accomplish a spy mission.
That's actually a pretty good comparison there. Yeah.
Right. And then they have a found family thing with no rugrats.
Yeah. No ragrats.
Ragrats.
Oh yeah, Spy Family. It's only 12 episodes so far, and I think it's coming back around again in October. So if you are interested, you don't have a lot of catching up to do, and it is
Right.
it
Is
is a
it
lot
on
of fun.
something?
Hulu is where I see
Hulu.
it.
I've been watching it on Hulu, and if you have a Crunchyroll
Dubbed or
account,
subbed?
you can watch it. I think it's just sub on Hulu, but you can do dub on Crunchyroll if you get a free Crunchyroll account.
Hmm.
So
Which one did you watch?
I watched sub on Hulu,
Nice.
but Kim has been watching the dub version, and I've been watching a little bit of it with her too.
Okay, cool.
Typically a dub
like-
guy, but yeah, that's mine. Spy Family.
Right.
I'll stop taking up the oxygen in the room here.
All good. We can all breathe. So maybe you guys have this on there, but I've got Miss Marvel from Disney Plus.
I do not.
It's not done yet, but I am legit thinking this might be my favorite of the Disney Plus shows. Not Disney Plus shows, Disney Plus Marvel shows. It's a lot of fun, and it just feels like a true blue superhero show that is just trying to be a superhero show instead of trying to be, spy espionage, abstract artistic weirdness, or setting up a second season or setting up multiverse stuff. I just I like this. I like Hawkeye, so it's kind of in that same vein of just superheroes just going on adventures and having a good time. I'm excited to see where it goes. Of course, the finale could roll around and absolutely derail everything, as it tends to do with these Marvel shows. WandaVision. Um,
Oh my gosh.
but yeah, I enjoy it enough to put it in my top 10 right now.
Nice. I'm liking it. I gotta say, I think each episode that's come out, it's maybe gotten like a little less for me, but I still do like it. I'm enjoying it, but I don't know. I don't really know where it's going, but it's fine.
I'm in that same boat, but it's kind of exciting for me
The
because it's
first
like
episode was my favorite, and I think it's just kind of gotten a little bit not as cool for each episode for me. But
I think I'm in the same boat, except I liked the first episode, and then I think I liked the second episode more, and then the third and fourth episode, it's kind of sort of lost a little bit of its momentum for me, but
not
I'm
compelling
still
enough
having a
villains
good
for
time.
me.
Yeah, the villains, that's the common complaint right now, and that's
They are
probably like
kinda
one of the
mid,
biggest
yeah.
things like holding it back for
Yeah.
me. But besides that, I can't wait to see Kamala Khan like go through the rest of the MCU. I think it's gonna be fun, just having a fangirl as an Avenger.
Now they're gonna kill her off at
Caleb,
the end of
did
the season.
they're gonna kill her.
Oh my god.
Caleb, did you like the handsome guy with the knives in episode 4?
The handsome guy with the knives.
He wears the kid with the red mask.
Oh no, I did not like his character. I thought he was
Didn't
kind of
like him?
dumb and annoying. Why would I like him?
I thought you would simp for him.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought she'd have a little bit of a crush on him. He's wearing a mask. He's throwing knives.
No,
he's
they're
kinda
throwing around too many
dashing.
handsome guys in this show.
I
It's
mean,
true.
whenever he started singing Adam Levine, I thought Caleb was gonna immediately fall in love with him, but sadly,
It's not the case.
Wah,
Wah,
wah
wah,
wah wah.
Well, me next, I suppose. So this one is kind of spread out, so I feel like it counts. It's come out before, and it will come out, I believe, this month, and prior, or in future releases as well. But the Mario Kart Booster Pass.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now it's only had its first wave come out, but the second wave is supposed to come out this month, I believe. And I mean, who doesn't love Mario Kart? And it's not new courses per se, but new courses to this game, remastered courses and stuff. So we're going to be seeing, I mean, they're adding like over 64 courses. It's like they're adding an entire new game to Mario Kart, which is really cool. And I'm super excited to see what all the courses are. I love Mario Kart. I mean, it's a racing game. Who doesn't love Mario Kart? I mean, it's no Double Dash, that's for sure, but it's still great.
That's true.
So yeah, Mario Kart Booster Pass. I figured I probably was the only one that would have
there,
that.
yeah. Mario Kart Booster Pass. It's like when you've always got an interesting one in there. It's like when we did the top 10 the hype list thing at the end of last year, and you did like Star Wars Old Republic DLC.
That almost made it on this list, by the way. I think it was just barely missed the timing. I was looking at it earlier.
Yeah,
Right.
so close. So then it's to me again, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. I will go with. I'll try to stick with ones that I think are not on your guys' list, at least at first here. I'm gonna go with another movie. I guess my first movie here, and I'm gonna do Jackass 4.5.
Ooh.
The Jackass 4.5 direct release to Netflix. I thought Jackass 4 is just maybe one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I watched it like twice, and it just about killed me every single time. We as a family have a history of laughing induced heart attacks. So so I was certainly concerned while watching Jackass 4. And Jackass 4.5, while not quite as funny as 4, it was still pretty goddamn hilarious. I was laughing until I got my face hurting there. So definitely worth the hour and a half or so that you can spend watching it if you haven't yet. Definitely watch Jackass 4 if you haven't watched that as well.
I still need to watch it, so I think I might
So
take your
funny.
recommendation on that and give it a watch sometime this week.
So funny.
Good. Well, on a completely 180 note, my next one is The Northman. I this movie didn't do well financially at the box office, but it still was good. That's the best way I can describe it, is just you watch it, you know you're watching a good movie, but at the same time, I'm also sitting there going, I can understand if someone watches this and thinks this is the worst thing they've ever seen. It's very cut and dry revenge story, with like a few twists and turns and wonderful, gorgeous visuals, but it's visceral, it's raw. I thought it was great. It's so far in my top 10 films of the year, but who knows, as the year goes on, it might get bumped down into top 20 or maybe even top 25, but it'll still be up there, I think.
Question: does one of the characters have braces?
Not that I know of, but I do remember someone like smiling and I thought their teeth looked off. I
Okay.
don't think it was because of braces. I think they literally just had like some sort of adornment in their teeth. Like I don't know, I think they put like silver in there or
Yeah,
something
Nordic
like
grills.
that. It was something like that. I don't know if that's
I
historically accurate.
yeah.
You're the
Well,
history teacher, so
that's what. Well, I thought I saw in in one of the trailers. There's a part where like this blonde chick's like yelling or whatever, and I just was like, wait, does she have braces? And that wouldn't make sense if she did, obviously.
trying to think of like the blonde chicks, because there's Nicole Kidman and then there's Anya Taylor-Joy, and when they scream, like they very clearly do not have braces. But oh no, I know what you're talking. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's a Valkyrie who shows up, um, and she is screaming. Yes, she does not have braces. I know exactly what's going on. Yeah, that is silver lining like embedded in the teeth. Because I remember
Can
it's such a weird thing that happens, and it happens in one scene, and that's pretty much it.
you think she has silver in her teeth so she can kill a werewolf by biting it?
Makes sense to me.
Potentially, I guess. I don't know. It's a striking visual, which this film is full of, but it's very good.
One
Highly
more
recommend.
question:
Yeah,
does the main character hang dong?
he does,
Yeah.
but what we learned is that they entirely CG'd it.
CG
So
dong.
they literally had to CG like the characters hanging dong in like their naked fight in the volcano.
The fuck movie is this?
It's a
CGI
movie.
dongs during a naked fight in a volcano. Is that what you said?
It's a lot of yes. That's the grand finale,
What
and
the hell?
it's epic. They're fighting in a volcano naked. It's like, oh my god, why is this so cool? And holy hell, is it erotic
Well, I will
as what's
say
his name said.
there is no CGI dong in any of the Jackass movies. Those are all real live dong.
Real life dong.
And plenty of them too. So this
All
podcast
right,
is
well, how are
brought
you
to
gonna
you by
follow
dong.
Dong? How are you gonna follow that up, Caleb? What do you got?
I'm gonna follow it up with what Zach said. It was my first thing added to my list just cause, but the creator clash, the
Okay.
boxing match, from featuring many YouTube celebrities, basically all of which I had never heard of, if I'm being completely honest. I think I
Yeah.
literally only knew 2 people. iDubbbz was one of them.
Oh yeah, the iDubbbz fight where I think he just got his shit rocked like right away.
No, he did not get his shit rocked. He did lose, but he held up a pretty good fight.
No, you know who did? It was like the big main fight was Aaron Hansen of Game Grumps fighting the guy from Epic Mealtime, and it was just like
I mean, that wasn't the
I
main
remember.
fight.
Was it the main fight or was
No,
it not?
iDubbbz was the main fight.
Oh, the
iDubbbz
iDubbbz
was? I
Yes,
thought
it was
that
his
happened
event.
like right
Yeah.
at the beginning.
he was the one who put it on.
Oh, okay. But anyway, the one at the end was like the Aaron versus Epic Mealtime fight. And that's the one that I remember people were like really excited for some reason. And it just like
Because
the
that
dude was
guy's
a
out-
literal tank.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like 800 pounds.
you knew exactly what was going to happen. Like
Yeah.
I knew watching it like he just walks into the ring,
Smash.
throws a punch and down goes Aaron. Aaron is like really tiny compared to that dude.
I thought I got sad when the kid who does the odd ones out fought because he got sauced.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like him. Boxing, not his area of expertise there.
Yeah, Dr. Mike though, who iDubbbz fought, totally threw some cheap shots though. Just want to say,
Saw that.
Yeah, like as soon as the bell dings, they're like going in to tap the things, and then he just fucking slugs them. He did that like 2 or 3 times.
Here's the thing, though. As someone pointed out, that is a cheap shot, and any boxer worth their metal will tell you it is a cheap shot, and you never do that. However, it is entirely legal.
No,
in
I
the
know
game.
it
As
is.
soon
I
as-
know it is, but
Right,
it's just
yeah.
like
as soon
dumb.
as the gloves touch, like I think technically you don't even have to touch gloves.
As soon as the bell dings,
Yeah.
it's game time.
No, 100%. Everybody knows that. It was, and those
all about
punches
ring
wouldn't have
etiquette.
even changed probably the outcome of the fight. I don't think that they would have, but it's just like, bro, what the hell, dude?
I mean, he's playing the game, and he
Sleazy.
reaped the rewards. However, at what cost?
Yeah. Just a little
Little
scummy, but it was a fun event
sleazy,
overall.
yeah.
And I would be excited, and I'm hoping that maybe they do another one. So
I heard Bailey's gonna be on it. So
yeah, and yeah, we're doing our own, obviously.
Right.
sure, we are
Where
putting
I'm
on our own.
fighting. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. Who was it?
24.
Oh yeah,
at
Deegan24. Yeah,
Deegan24.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan. Okay.
He does NASCAR and Thomas the Tank Engine and food reviews.
And video
So-
games, like, well, I get
So
NASCAR
So
video games.
essentially,
NASCAR
I'm going to lose.
No, we'll give you 8 months to prepare.
So it's like okay, got it. I got prep time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you got prep
Batman
time, both of you.
You're Batman.
in every imaginary scenario. Well, if Batman had prep time, he'd be able to defeat God. Shut up.
Take that, God.
Take that, God.
Back around to me then. I'm still gonna try to do ones that I think you guys probably didn't have here. And I'm gonna go with a TV show. And I'm gonna go with Shorzy. It
Yep,
is a spin-off show. Spin-off show from Letterkenny. If you've ever watched Letterkenny, which is hilarious. It's, I kind of sometimes refer to it as like a Canadian It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is like the closest comparison that I could think of. but also it's still a good bit different from that. But Letterkenny is just super duper funny, and Shorzy was one of the funnier characters from that show, so he got his own spinoff here. It's just a very very fast paced humor, very sharp humor. Like it's like a joke a second almost, and I don't know. It just makes me laugh, and it's maybe it's only 8 episodes, and I burned through it in like a day, but it was hilarious, and it had a surprising amount of, I guess, like heart and character to the Shorzy character, for what it's worth. Because in the actual Letterkenny show, he's mostly just like fart jokes and like I banged your mom and stuff like that. But he has a lot more depth in here, and it was very enjoyable. I had a fun time.
Interesting.
I think you guys would like it. I think, especially if you, Caleb, I know you enjoy Sunny. I think you would enjoy Letterkenny and Shorzy as well.
Well,
So that's my pick.
there we go. My next pick I know is going to be on all of our lists, and that is Caleb. Can you play the Darth Maul clip?
Yeah.
Kenobi!
There
Hey.
it is.
Oddly enough, not on my list
Yay.
though.
Fuck off.
No,
What?
yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Like I was actually like gonna get upset with you for not putting it on
Yeah.
your list.
I tease.
Okay, so I mean,
Hello there.
obviously you guys filmed or recorded your podcast episode last week without me because I was busy. So I guess I'll take this opportunity to just kind of give my full perspective of the show and those final 2 episodes.
This is where the fun
Those final
begins.
2. This is where the fun begins.
Let's
I
hear
thought
it.
it was great. This is exactly what I wanted from the Kenobi show. If there was anything I wanted more of, maybe just a few more flashbacks, maybe just a little bit more Commander Cody. However, I'm sure we're gonna get plenty of Commander Cody with Bad Batch season 2.
Can I interject real quick?
Go aheid. Yeah.
Did you guys
'Cause
hear?
I know. Yeah,
Did you
I
guys
heard
hear
about
the
the whole
rumor
thing.
that there was supposed to be a Commander Cody
Commander Cody.
like arc, I guess, within the show?
Yes, I heard about that.
I had not heard that. No.
Basically, whenever Kenobi leaves to go rescue Leia, he was going to recruit Commander Cody to look after Luke back on Tatooine, that kind of thing. And, go through the whole, like, oh, it's okay, like, you didn't know what you were doing, it was all the chip, and,
That would have been cool,
that
but
would've
I'm
been good.
honestly maybe glad that didn't happen.
Right?
Could that
It-
have
it's-
stolen
Would've been
some
one
of
more
the
thing,
spotlight?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm honestly kind of glad they didn't go with it, just because it would have robbed a little bit of the spotlight from Kenobi, and I'm glad they didn't necessarily mention Duchess Satine, because it's the Kenobi show, and him dwelling on that would have taken away from him dwelling on Anakin and his grief with that. I think the finale, the fight, the confrontation between him and Vader is
Hell yeah.
fantastic.
Mhm.
Is it as good as the Mustafar fight? No. I think Mustafar, a lot of like that fight that makes it really cool is definitely the environment, a lava planet, like come on. And then this fight, it was just like a rocky canyon, which is fine. I wish it would maybe been a little more interesting, but what we got was still, oh my god, good stuff.
I wish they were both fighting naked inside of a volcano.
Yeah,
You
where was
know,
that?
if
scene?
they- CGI dongs. That's what Kenobi needed. More CGI dongs.
They wouldn't need
fighting
to
naked
CGI his
in a
hog. Let's be
volcano.
honest.
Now I don't want to see that now, because I just know it's like Vader just loses all of his armor and he's just got like metal arms. He's just wheezing the whole time, and it's just like, ugh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that CGI. Ugh.
Robo penis.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. But no. And the girl who played Leia was absolutely great. Like, I think she embodies that role wonderfully. Riva got a good arc. However, I'm just like, I I just don't. I'm still a little stuck on like her and Luke, and it's like she's going to kill Luke to get revenge on Vader, even though Vader does. I guess I kind of get that, but I don't know. There's just something about her arc in particular that just feels off.
I want to say that I think that she was maybe going after Luke more so to draw out Kenobi and kill Kenobi because she was pissed about how that went
Yeah,
down,
which I
rather
would
than a
get.
Vader
Like,
stab.
yeah, because she took on Vader and absolutely fumbled the ball there. But
Yeah. And whose idea was
anyway.
that? Kenobi's.
Yeah, he
Kenobi's
totally
like, hey, you should
gaslit her.
go. Yeah.
Hey, here,
And
I'll draw him out and then you can kill him. It's like, yeah, that's honestly a good idea. That's what I was trying to do from the start, but now that you mention it, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. So, I love the visual of Vader just pulling that ship down and then ripping it
oh,
apart with the Force. Him fighting her entirely without drawing his own lightsaber was also a lot of fun. Just using the Force and quick reflexes. I was like, okay, this is good. But anyway, overall, love the series. Definitely makes it in my top 10. So there we go.
so I guess then it'll be for both of us, and I know I've already talked about
Yeah.
it a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
Philip's
there's
already
nothing else
talked
I
about it
really
a
need to
lot.
say.
So
We can honestly go
Bailey,
back
if
to
you
Bailey.
Bailey, if you
All
want to go
right.
again,
I think you guys may have this. Stranger Things season 4 part 1. 'Cause
Yeah.
part 2 is going to be quarter 3 because it
It,
just came
yeah,
out
it just came out today.
yesterday.
technically.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
season 4 part 1, I I think it's probably my favorite Stranger Things season um s- since the first one. If I were to rank the seasons, I think it would be season 1, season 4 part 1, season 3, and then season 2. Um
I'd
it
go
just
3-1-4-2.
Okay, yeah. And that's definitely fair. A lot of people really like 3,
I
and
love
I do
3.
too. I don't know. I just kind of like compared to all
Billy.
the others for me it's just kind of like
I
okay,
simped
we'll
for
put it in
Billy,
the
so
See, that's why I thought you'd simp for the knife throwing guy, because you're always just simping for like guys who have like skinny muscles. Like it's kind of your type.
nah, he wasn't it though. He just wasn't it. Billy
Yeah,
though, Billy.
there we go. I haven't seen any. Well, I've only seen one episode of season 4, part
I
2.
haven't seen any of it yet.
So,
Back
Isn't there
off.
only two?
Yeah,
Isn't
there's
there
well,
only
only
I
two.
two
know.
episodes?
Two, yeah.
Right, there's only 2. The first one's like an hour 15, and the second one is like 2.5
Yeah,
hours.
it's like 2.5. Yeah.
So,
Jesus
um,
Christ.
like, I have no idea how part 2 is gonna affect my perception of season 4
I'm
overall.
hoping it makes it better. Like I've not hated the season, but like I said, it was probably number 3 at the closer to the bottom of my ranking. I like it, but I'm hoping that this maybe makes me like it a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in the same boat. I'm really hoping it makes me like it a lot. Um, but yeah, I just like it,
A lot of people
and
seem to like Vecna, and I don't know that I've really been too obsessed with Vecna.
I don't know if I'm like, I don't know if
He looks good, but
I
I don't
think
know.
like having that villain who has that connection to like the history of events in the show, it's like, okay, cool. I dig that. I dig the whole like revenge kind of thing. But also I'm still unclear of like what his purpose is. Like is
Same.
he just opening gates because he's like, as they said, a general of the Mind Flayer? Or
And am I
is he
really to
like
believe that
the
he's
big
been here the
bad?
whole time? Like
Right,
he
right.
was just in the underground this whole past 3 seasons, and he just wasn't doing anything. Like I don't know.
Yeah, to suddenly start doing it now. Again, maybe they explain it in
Right.
season
That's what I'm
4 part
relying on.
2 and I don't know. Season 4 part 2 could make or break this whole season for me. So as soon as I watch those, I could be like Yes, season 4 is no longer in its spot. It is bumped down to wherever. Or it could improve it and make it better than season 1, which to me is kind of a stretch. I don't know. The season 1 it works really
Season
well.
one's
But
great.
yeah, so that's my next one is just Stranger Things season 4 part 1.
Heck yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You
Yeah. I
had
guess
that
that
as well,
was that
Caleb.
was yeah that was mine as well. Yeah. We. I mean, I don't really know I need to say much more other than I'm curious to
Yeah,
see
here.
where this part 2 leads. And obviously, you have like all the prison stuff with Hopper, and it's like, where is that going? Where they're
Right.
Yeah.
inevitably going to connect everybody's stories. They always do. So it's like, how, you know? But yeah, no, straight. It's great. It's great. But that was also on my list. I don't know if that was on yours, Zach, but uh,
It was
it
not
was
on
not.
my list. It
Yeah,
was
it
not on
doesn't
my list.
surprise me.
Interesting.
I was late to the party on it. Because I watched it probably like 2 weeks after it came out. Just because I had been watching some other things, and also anytime, like I don't know why, maybe it's a mental disconnect, but like anytime episodes are longer than an hour, I'm always just kind of like, ugh,
I
that
love
feels
it.
like a chore.
I love it.
So
No, I do.
I did really like. I have really liked season 4. I think it is maybe currently my second favorite. I probably think season 1 is still my favorite.
Hmm.
Hard to
And
beat
season
Yoshi.
4 is just a good. Season 3 is good. I don't know. Anytime that you got Steve Harrington popping his shirt off there, that's good for me. You know. So, um, uh, Philip, you didn't like Eddie. You don't like Eddie, do you?
No, just seemed kind of annoying. And
Yeah.
there's one particular I guess it's not really a spoiler. It was in the trailer. I'm pretty sure he's gonna start shredding some guitar at some point in this, and I'm just gonna cringe. I know I'm gonna cringe.
it There is some cringe potential there.
Yeah,
No, I did not have that on there, although I did enjoy it, and I will eventually get around to watching those next 2 episodes. But
yeah.
it's like that's like
I got a couple
freaking
things I'll have to finish before I watch those as
that's like
well.
almost 4 hours
Yeah,
in 2 episodes there. But I will go with a show that maybe Caleb might have on here. I don't know about Bailey. I'm gonna go with Atlanta season 3 of Atlanta.
I don't have it.
Um,
No.
you didn't have that, okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, I really loved the first 2 seasons of Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
um, and season 3, despite the long wait, I don't think it disappointed. Like the season 1 is like the most like down to earth season, and then they are just like, hey, let's get weirder and weirder and weirder.
Oh yeah, and they accomplished
And
that.
Caleb, as you know, there's like 8 episodes in this season, and in like 4 of them, none of the main cast is in
Yeah,
it at
and
all.
that's why I didn't like it as much as the other two.
Like 4, yeah, and maybe I think honestly it
They
might
were
be my
great
least.
episodes.
Yeah, it might be my least favorite of the seasons, but I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
There
still
was a
great.
couple of there was a couple of all-time great freaking cameos.
Yeah.
There's one episode where Chet Hanks is
Chet
in it,
Hanks, the legendary Chet Hanks.
and then
Hey, mom.
one of the best cameos, and I just think like ballsy cameo too is
Yeah.
freaking the Liam Neeson cameo, um, where Liam Neeson just comes out and like basically like that story he tells was like a real
It's true.
story.
Yeah, it happened.
And then Paperboy's like, oh, it's good that you're coming around and you're making your mistakes and you don't. He's like, you don't hate all black people, and Liam Neeson's like, no, I do. I hate every single one of you. And I'm just like, what
I know. I
the?
was like, oh my god.
So it was
Uh,
really good. I think they said they're gonna have a season 4, and then after that it's done. So I look forward to season 4, and I did
wow.
enjoy season 3. So that was mine.
All right. Well,
Bully.
I've got one that maybe Zach has. I don't know about Caleb, but I put Top Gun Maverick on here.
Let's go.
Let's go. There it is. Um, I've talked about this on my TikTok. But whenever I went to go see it, I brought my dad. It was his Father's Day present. He cried, of course. That was good. The lady sitting next to me before the movie started was like telling her boyfriend like how excited she was to see the movie, this and that, and how she like knows all like she basically recapped the first film to her boyfriend. And I'm like, that guy hasn't seen the first movie? Okay, whatever. Um, and then after the first scene happens, what does she do? This lady who's apparently a big fan of the franchise and super excited to see it. She pulls out her phone, and I watched her like scroll around on Facebook, and I was just like, "The fuck? Okay."
I think people know who you are. Like people know
And
that
they do
you're.
that just to piss me
They do it
off.
on purpose.
Probably. Um, so I even got like an employee, like I went and found one. I was like, "Hey, the lady next to me, she's on her phone. She's been on it the whole time. Can you get a manager?" And it's Alamo Draft House. So it's like, "Hey, they should be on this. They literally yell at you before the movie starts not to be on your phone." Um, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll get a manager in there." No, manager never came. Um, I decided to just ignore it because I was, waiting on a manager to take care of it. And I just kind of like rolled the other way. And then this lady gets up like right before the climax occurs, and her and her boyfriend just leave. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you were very
Dumbasses.
excited for this movie, weren't you? But besides that, besides the, people who claim to be fans and then turn out to not be fans, this movie was really good. I don't see why anyone would fucking walk out like right before the climax occurs. Like it's just nonstop good stuff. Like this is what people always say, this is why we go to the movies. And with this film, I would say, yeah, this is why we go to the movies. It's so much fun and so cool.
Yeah. I freaked. The original Top Gun is Kim's favorite movie.
Yeah.
So we went to go see it, and we got the biggest IMAX, that we could, and it was just like start to finish. Just, I mean, it's that opening scene gets kind of overlooked a lot because it's like the last 45 minutes is just straight banger after banger after banger, but like
Right.
beginning to end, like I'm just like gripping the armrest. Like I could feel like Kim next to me, like gasping, and like you could just feel like the clench, and like I like left the movie when it was over, and I felt
Mhm.
like I had just been in like a workout. Like I was like, whew, like I was taking deep breaths after it had finished, and I just like we both just got and just sat in the car, and we're just kind of like, shit, that was great.
Right.
Um, yeah, I left the theater just like out of breath there, and it was awesome. And I will say that currently, it sits atop my 2022 movies. It is currently halfway through the year, sitting at my number one in my movie slots here. If I had to pick, so can't recommend it enough. You make a really good point. Like that's probably why, like that's one that's like you got to see it in the movie theater, because
Yeah.
like I think if I watched it, and I'm a person who generally, if given the choice, like I would probably prefer to watch a movie on my couch at home,
Mhm.
but just like the size and the scope of it, like this is better to have watched it at the movie theater. And I think it would still be good, even if I just popped it in on my TV here, but it probably wouldn't quite have that same oomph that it had.
Oh yeah.
But
No, the theater rattling from just like
mm,
the bass and the boom of everything is something else, especially with this movie. Oh.
yeah, cannot recommend enough. So that was on my
It's
list as well.
it's in my top 3 films of the year, which is still like really good, but I do have my top 2 in this list. So we'll get to those eventually.
All right. Yeah.
What's
So
better than Top Gun?
Yeah, I'll have
nothing.
to watch that, but it'll definitely be at home probably when I get around to it. Because
Man.
I have not seen the first one. I do want to see the first one though before I watch this. It's not something I'm like avoiding. I just have never
Yeah.
come to it. But yeah, I will. Um, So for me, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this could maybe be on your guys' list because I think we all like this, but it might not be. Force Unleashed on the Switch, the release on the Switch that just came out.
Oh, nice.
Nope.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, it's not like a remaster. I don't believe. But I mean, that was such a great game. I never got to play the second Force Unleashed, and from what I've seen a lot about it, I don't know that I would have liked it as much as the first one.
Yeah.
But I remember playing the first one on the PS3 back when I finally got it. It took me forever before I even got to play that game, but it was fun. I'll say it. I'll just be completely honest. I do think in general they maybe are a little overrated. People talk about them in Star Killer a lot, but they are actually really great game, or at least the first one, because I've not played the second one. It is a very, very great game. I love all the customizations that you can do to Star Killer and everything, changing the lightsaber crystals. It was a very fun game for its time. So, and now it's on the Switch, which is really cool.
It's cool.
Cool, I love it. And it's not even like a full price game. I think it's like $40.
Yeah, that's always nice.
Yeah, it's not like a $60 price tag.
Well, mine was also Top Gun, which I already kind of talked about, so we can loop back around to Bailey again here.
Yeah. Let's see. My
Got
number 3.
3 left
Yeah.
on my list. Yeah, okay.
Cool. So since a majority of the season has already been released, I'm sure. Well, I hope it's on someone else's list. The Boys, season 3. Yeah,
Me too.
Yes, sir.
it's
Yes,
on all of our
sir.
lists.
It's
Good,
I've not
good, good, good.
watched. I've not watched this most recent episode.
You
so
slut!
leave that one
What
out.
the hell? It's
God.
Saturday,
I
Jesus.
worked all day yesterday.
bro. You could have watched it Thursday night. It was out Thursday night. I watched it Thursday night.
I was asleep Thursday night.
You always wake up early. No excuses. You always wake
No.
up and watch Kenobi early. Come on.
No, I haven't watched it yet, so don't spoil anything. The last one I saw
No.
was Hero Gasm, and I
Right.
will watch it this weekend.
Okay. I mean, like, still, either way, this most recent episode is great. But as is every episode, like, I
Yeah,
just
it's
think
been
this
great.
is a show where every episode just manages to stay on the same level, if not exceeding it,
Mm-hmm. I can
which
agree with that.
is rare. God, people get tired of the whole like, oh, if superheroes had powers, they would all be a bunch of assholes. And this show explores that aspect, but at the same time, they're mainly focusing on like the aspect of the corporation behind the people who have this power and how they are more of a corrupting force than the heroes themselves. Like posturing people in these pedestal positions. That was a lot of alliteration that I did not intend. Positing powerful people in these pedestal positions or whatever I said. Anyway, and it says a lot more than I think a lot of people are getting out of it. And it's just fascinating to even watch people react to certain things about it. And you see a lot of people who get the point, and then you see a lot of people who it's like they're almost understanding the point, but they absolutely like miss it by a mile. So I don't know. It's just a fun show to watch, and it's a fun show to speculate and watch people react to.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
think
awesome.
I think this is the best season so far of the
Agreed.
boys.
I really liked the season 2. I liked the season 2 a
Oh.
lot. I think I maybe like 2 better than 1, maybe.
Mm.
But yeah, no, this season's great. This season's awesome. I love Jensen Ackles, Soldier Boy. He's so good. So good.
I like that he's just like, hey, what if Captain America was actually real? Because like when he first shows up, like the gay couple walks by and he's just like, what?
Yeah.
And then he's talking about how Bill Cosby is America's dad and like all this stuff where it's like, yeah, that's probably more realistic as to if a 1940s
God.
person was dropped into the 2020s.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he's great. I'm really glad that they casted him. Obviously, I'm a big Supernatural fan, so it was nice to see him again. But yeah, no, the boys, it's been doing good. It's still going. How many more episodes do we have now?
I think just
Well-
one after this week's.
Oh shoot, really?
They
I think it's
usually
just
do
8.
8 episodes, right?
Yeah,
I thought it
think
was
it's just 8.
8 to 10 or something like that.
Is he?
Yeah.
Dang, that sucks. But It's been great. Yeah.
I really love what they're doing, like with, I don't know, like the paths that they're putting some of the characters on here. Like Butcher is basically just like, I mean, Butcher is just a straight parallel of Homelander. Like,
Yeah.
like it's getting to the point where like you can't root for a lot of the character. Like for the first two seasons, you're like, okay, at least Huey's a good guy, and now it's like, screw you, Huey, you're being a real dickhead in this most recent season. And I don't know, I really like the paths that they're taking all the characters on. They're doing more with Frenchie and Kimiko are kind of like off on that side story thing, but that's like been a super highly emotional roller coaster with them. Like protect Kimiko and Frenchie at all costs. Just like let them sail off somewhere and be happy,
Yeah.
like, 'cause they're just going through it. And they've both obviously gone through it, and it made me very sad when I loved the little musical number that they did.
Mhm.
But it made me very sad when he kissed Frenchie and then he gets abducted. He gets snatched up, and then she's just like sitting there like, "Oh no, I messed up." And it made me very, very sad. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I do need to watch the newest episode. I know for sure they're working on a season 4. Um,
Good.
and I think it's good. It's
Oh
one of the
yeah, they
one
said
of the best
season
out
4
there.
is starting filming in August, so
Oh
it's
yeah, I
right
think I
around
saw
the
that.
corner.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think as far as superhero shows go, it's taken the cake on a lot of that. Like you're gonna have a hard time finding one that's better than the boys. Also, how great was the Seth Rogen cameo where he's like, was his name like Cum Master something, or like,
Yeah, it was something like that, 69 or
yeah,
whatever, and it's just like, okay.
that
Oh,
was
I mean, like, speaking of that kind of thing, just like internet presence, um, their marketing team is on fire. I don't know if you
yes,
guys are like seeing them on Twitter, but
they're hilarious on Twitter.
they're just hyping up episodes, and like the hero gasm thing, they're like, where should you watch this episode of The Boys? You should watch it in your office without your headphones on. You should watch it on a plane without headphones on, right next to a crying child. And it's just like, okay, okay. I I appreciate marketing that is like very self-aware and in
Yeah,
line with like the humor of the show.
yeah,
Um, Also, just if you read the descriptions of each episode, they don't spoil the episode necessarily, but
yeah.
they do like those cute advertisements like in this week,
And they're like
Vought
in
is
world.
providing you one way or a one trip ticket to Herogasm, the 1 year event of the or whatever. It's like, ah, cute.
Yeah, they're all like in world like posts basically.
Yeah. Oh god, it's great. It's very fun. So
Shit. So I
yeah,
guess it's back to
back
Bailey then
back to
again.
me.
Absolutely.
All right, so now I know here's my top two. These are my top two things of the quarter. Again, we said no particular order, but I kind of have been going in a particular order because I numbered everything. So this one I'm almost confident is not going to be on either of yours. That
You
is
think we're not
Netflix.
good?
Well, Netflix's RRR is a 3-hour
Oh yeah,
Bollywood
it's too
action
long.
film.
I heard it was good, but I saw it was 3 hours, and I said no.
Wait, what is it?
I It's Netflix. It's called RRR. It's 3 hours of just Bollywood action film. It's so good. It is so much fun. It is a 3-hour action film of dudes being bros and overthrowing the British government in India. It's so much fun. I loved it. And I know the guys on like the Dungeons and Daddies podcast. One of them is just like the biggest super fan of this movie and just keeps tweeting about it. And that's what got me into it. And so I eventually watched it. And then I don't know how I managed this. I managed to convince my parents to watch it, and they loved it. And you know, they're the kind of people who it's like, if it's 3 hours, it better be like Avengers Endgame or something like good quality and make it worth our while. And this also being, you know, a foreign film probably doesn't help a lot of people's assumptions and presumptions about it. But once you sit down and watch it and get going, it is, God, so much fun. They're punching tigers with like flaming torches. There's Bollywood action physics, like a guy shoots a car with just a musket, and the car just flies sideways off the road and stuff like that. It's it's indescribable just how awesome this movie is. So much fun. Um, if 3 hour foreign films are a turnoff for you, I still recommend it, but I understand if you don't watch it. I still just highly recommend it for anyone and everyone. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I've never heard of this ever.
Yeah, like I said, I did hear that it was. I've heard it was very good, but as I was saying earlier with Stranger Things, like, woof, 3 hours, that's long. And also, presume, and I will watch no shortage of, I've got nothing against subtitles, but having to read subtitles for 3 straight hours, that's maybe a wee bit much for me. On that
Honestly
venture.
though, even though it is a foreign film and a majority of the dialogue is in Hindi, um, I would say a good considerable amount, like maybe 2/5 of the movie, is actually in spoken English because they do deal with the British, and a lot of people in India speak English because of that. So, like, you'll still get plenty of just like spoken word English throughout it. Oh,
Hmm.
also, if you haven't looked it up, there's a dance scene where the two guys are dancing together, and they do this like cute little suspenders dance. It's Look up Nacho Nacho with two A's in those, and
Cho.
it's fun.
It's like, how long is it gonna
There's the
go?
Nacho
I was
Libre reference.
trying to go longer.
That's great. It was great, Lottie.
Oh,
So for me, yeah, right.
sorry,
All right.
indeed.
Yeah, me. I am gonna do the Umbrella Academy season 3 that just came out. Have you guys
You
seen it
already
yet?
get through it. Did you already get through it?
I have one episode left, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not quite gotten. I need to finish that up, and then I'll get on to Stranger Things. So technically, no, I have not finished it. But it is good. It started out a little. I don't want to say rocky, but like I was just like, what are we doing? Where are we going? What's happening? I don't like not understanding the plot right away, and I know that that's the entire point of it, is to piece things together, but it just bothered me a little bit. But
Yeah.
it did not take away from anything. I thought it was great. I liked, it picks up exactly where it left off pretty much, which I appreciate. I don't really like time skips too much, especially when they're huge, because then you're just like, what's going on the entire time. But it is great. I don't know if can't remember if you guys said you'd seen it yet or not, but I do recommend it. I don't know how you guys felt about the first 2 seasons, but it's good. It's good. It's a fun watch.
I was a very big fan of the first 2 seasons, and I have every intent to watch this as soon as I can.
Heck yeah.
But I have not gotten to it yet. I like anything with time travel, even if it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
No, I love
So
time travel.
the fact that season 2 was all just like JFK assassination, 1960s time travel stuff, I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then it ends on a little bit of a oh shit moment. Um, and I'm very curious to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, it's been fun. I've liked it.
Are you a Diego simp?
He's cool. I wouldn't say I'm a simp. I don't. I
You
like
get a
Luth.
vibe
What?
when you look at Diego. Do you kind of think sometimes, at least when it first came out, I thought he kind of looked like Jensen Ackles
No.
and look like Dean?
Diego?
Yeah, a little bit, like in the face, like their face structure.
No, I don't see it.
Oh, I'm mixing my guys up. The knife throwing guy.
Yeah, the guy named Diego,
Yeah,
and you think he looks like Jensen Ackles,
kind of.
Dean Winchester, Soldier
Yes.
Boy. I don't see it. I don't see
Yes.
it. I don't see it.
You don't
Especially
see it?
Does that like season 1? He's got like long hair too and everything. I don't know, man. I don't see it.
Bailey, do you know who we're talking about?
I honestly have never watched the show, so I
Wow.
You never watched Umbrella
don't
Academy?
know.
Okay, I'm
It's a
gonna
good
send
one.
some pictures.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I don't see it.
okay. Please, please
This is
just
like the Vegeta armor thing all over again, isn't it?
Okay, well,
just
that
send
is
some
actual
photos of
fact.
like, I don't know, Adam Levine shirtless at the Super Bowl and make Caleb happy.
Something, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't see it, but I don't know. Who's next?
Okay, well, I think it's me,
Yeah.
and I'm a little flummoxed right now because you totally are denying certifiable truth here.
Okay.
It looks similar, but I'm gonna go with one that I kind of thought Bailey might have had, but he did not. And that is Lego Star Wars the Skywalker saga here.
I
No, he said he's not a big fan of it. He likes the other one better.
Yeah. Right.
And while I may be inclined to agree, I do think I do think I probably like one of the complete saga more. I still had a lot of fun with this. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
got so much stuff in it, um,
It's
and it
kind of
has
overwhelming.
it's maybe a little too big at points, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun, and you get a lot of really great, well, surprisingly good fights. Like I don't know why the combat system is as good as it is, um, but it's a lot of fun. It's kind of just throwing guys around, using the force, using your sabers, everything in between there. I don't know. It's fun. It is maybe a little too big. Um, at times, and maybe I should have gotten it for my PlayStation because I got it on the Switch, and sometimes admittedly it runs a little slow, like trying to like loading screens and stuff especially, but it's fun. Like all the Lego games are fun. There's not really a bad Lego game out there. So I've had fun with it. I enjoyed playing it. It's been kind of a 2022 has been kind of a weak year for video games in my opinion. um
Yeah.
not really been a bunch of like major slam dunk ones. I think I almost instead of doing this one, I might have almost done the new Kirby game instead, but I didn't remember when that came out, and that was fun too. The Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, but I went with Lego Star Wars here. Yeah, Kirby just barely missed the timeline cut there, but I had fun with it, so that is mine. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. You can get freaking Babu Frick in there and stuff, and you know you can play as Mr. Bones for Christ's sake.
The one and only legendary Mr. Bones.
Mr.
Mhm.
Boners.
Nice.
Got him.
All right. Well, here's my number one. Guarantee it's not on either of your lists.
Think you're
And that
better than us, Bailey?
yes, I do. Everything, everywhere, all at
Everything, everywhere,
once.
all at once, all the time, forever and always.
There we go. That's exactly what I knew would happen.
Anime glasses push up.
Get the little glare going.
Always. But yeah. What more needs to be said? It's an amazing movie. It's my favorite film of the year, and everyone should go see it.
Cool.
I refuse to go see it because so many people have told me to go see it.
I
I'm
understand
Calebing
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calebing it.
It's a great term. I'm glad you coined that.
Ultimately, my concern is that I would watch it
And it would be overhyped for you.
I'd be underwhelmed. Yes,
Yeah.
because some of like literally these are some of the things that I've seen that it is quote the greatest movie of the millennia.
Jesus.
So the greatest movie of the last 22 years. I've seen it described as quote a life-changing experience as well. So
I'll shoot those down. I don't think it's at those levels.
But so like I'm kind of like at the point if I go in there and it's not a 30 out of 10, I'm probably going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
But
It didn't change my life, but I thought it was good and it was fun, and I did cry about 3 times during the movie.
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's solid. I'll see if I can find. I've had a little of a lull there, but I'll probably find it pirated somewhere and give it a watch at some point.
Yeah, I
So
can hit you up with those sites.
yeah, you're always good for that. So I'll maybe eventually, but you gotta have a hard time beating freaking Top Gun Maverick, buddy.
Okay, well, I'm really, yeah, I wish I had something else. I'm glad that this, or I'm not glad. I'm mad that this ended up last on my list, not that this is in a particular order, but, and I don't even necessarily really want it on there, but it's not that that's a bad thing. I just wish I had something that I cared more about. Because I had knocked like 6 things off my list because they were cut off. They should not have made
Caleb
it on
didn't
there.
understand the rules.
I did. I just didn't look into these things right away. I was stupid. But I do have Doctor Strange on here.
I was wondering. I was wondering. I was sitting there looking at my list because I actually like deleted Doctor Strange off of it because it was like my number 11, and I was gonna do an honorable mention, and I got through this entire thing, and I was like, I'm surprised no one has said Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That's interesting.
No, I am just by default, I guess. I mean, it was fine. I wasn't obsessed with the movie. It was fine. I don't really think I have any like pros or cons that I need to say right now because we've already talked about it. I don't know.
Right.
I just wish I had something I was more passionate for this last pick here, but here I am with Doctor Strange. It's fine. It's whatever. It's
All
cool.
right. Cool.
Zachariah.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is fine. My final pick that I'm landing on here is maybe to the surprise of no one. Better Call Saul season 6 part 1.
Didn't get around to seeing it.
I've been a long time Breaking Bad fan, long time Better Call Saul fan. I think it's right up there. I think it's. I would want to go back to rewatch Breaking Bad all the way through, but honestly, I think Better Call Saul is like just as good. It's certainly in the same ballpark as all that there, and this. I don't know. This was a kind of a long-awaited season. It's the final season, and it is not disappointed. It's one of those shows where you're just like tense the whole time because you know at any second something real bad could go off, shit could hit the fan. Um, all the actors are great. I just really love the style. That they shoot both those shows in. It's cool. It's got it's had some flashbacks. It's had a few even flash forwards that I find to be very interesting. And then just Saul himself, old Jimmy McGill, he's just a hilarious character. He's slick, he's funny, but all at the same time, you like worry for him. Like he's not a good person, you know.
Right.
But he starts out as a better-ish person, and you can still see like elements of that good person like trying to claw its way out, but he's just kind of got himself stuck um in this world where being a not good person is really the only way that he's gonna make it out alive. So I'm a big fan. Bob Odenkirk's fantastic, and I'm
Right.
very excited to see how this show ends because it ended on um, this halfway point of the season ended on a big cliffhanger. So I'm very curious to see where it goes from here. But that is my last one. Better Call Saul season 6 part 1. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I've been talking about maybe going through and watching Breaking Bad. I've never technically watched it, so
It is quite enjoyable. I think you'd have a fun time with it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, um, a good time, a lot of good stuff. I had some other stuff that I thought were maybe some near misses, because of like time, or not quite there. I had a couple of honorable mentions that I could have put in here.
Morbius memes.
Yeah, Morbius memes. I really liked that Adam Sandler movie Hustle that was on Netflix. That was really good too.
Still need to
Um,
watch that.
it's basketball. Maybe not quite as unhinged as Uncut Gems, but still very fun. And then also the smash hit album Harry's House by Harry Styles. I considered putting that on my list as well. Just a real
Only
treat
you.
for the ears.
You know, I didn't even cross my mind that you didn't put that on your list, but now that you
No,
mention it, I'm surprised you didn't.
I know it might have been a little bit of oversight. If I was gonna drop one, I'd probably drop the Skywalker Saga. I already made up my chart, so I'm just gonna leave it so I don't have to do any more work.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. All right, well, we'll do something kind of like this again in Jesus, what
July,
August,
August,
September,
September, so end of
September,
September.
October.
Yeah.
I'm gonna predict that Dragon Ball Super Superhero will be on my list.
Probably would be on mine too.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
All right, tally ho, I'm off. We're out of here. Enjoy patriotism.
Morbin time.
It's time.
Yeah.